line. But let's talk about last night, shall we? The 49ers hosting the Browns, looking for their first 4-0 start since 1990. And that defense was the calling card of the San Francisco team right from the get-go. They were after the Browns and Baker Mayfield. First quarter, Mayfield's pass picked off here by Richard Sherman, who I will say looks to be sort of refreshed and re-energized by the change of scenery. And right off the bat, you feel the presence of both Sherman and Nick Bosa.
Right now, you're trying to block Nick Bosa with the tight end. It's not going to happen. Richard Sherman, one of the best ball guys at his position, goes up, makes a huge catch.
Well, really, Baker Mayfield, it was in fact OBJ that completed the first pass. He was struggling. He's intercepted again, this time by K'Waun Williams at the goal and the red zone, Coach.
Well, right here, you're going to see that Buckner makes a good play to force a fumble. Nick Bosa with the hustle picks up the fumble, gets his first fumble recovery of his career, and this team is already rolling.
Baker, put that thing away. Put that ball away.
There it is. That's actually the interception at the goal line. And, Coach, what did you see from Baker last night? We'll talk about that defense in just a minute, but what about Baker Mayfield?
Well, he just was inaccurate last night, and he's accurate as a passer. I mean, that's not a question mark for him. Typically, he is an accurate guy. Now, he was under duress, and you see him getting sacked here. And Bosa obviously was a motivated player. He remembered the day that Baker stuck the flag in their field and all that. But the bottom line is, I don't see Baker protecting the football. He put the ball on the ground a couple times, and he threw 2 picks, one of them not his fault, but still, four turnovers in the game is not good.
Not good.
You don't worry about it. You want idiots to sound like idiots, but you want them to hold their position the whole year. Like don't flip-flop with us. Like if you said we weren't gonna make it, you said we were some way early on, just stick with that position. Hold it. Don't try to give us credit now. Don't try to give us credit now. Just stick. If you had us ranked 25, keep us ranked 25. If you had us going home early, if you had us going 3 and whatever, have us going 3 and whatever. You know what I mean? At least stick by your word, because I want you to sound like an idiot at the end.
I think everybody knows what that was for. Just wanted to get payback.
How long were you?
He had it coming. I was thinking, like, do I need to practice it? Is it going to look bad? But yeah, I practiced a little bit in my room.
Did you watch the clips? Because there was a video of, like, side by side, and it was almost.
It was pretty accurate. The image was in my head pretty good, so I kind of had a good idea. I was just screaming his name, like, Baker, Baker, you good? Come on, pick it up. We want a challenge.
Thoughts on Bosa's flag planting celebration when you went and did that?
No, I didn't know that till I was informed before I got up here. Good for him. Good play.
Yeah, well, he's right about that. It was a good play, and of course that dates back to their college days when Baker sort of had the upper hand. He was waiting for it. I like the candid response. Yep, I was ready. I practiced.
Who knew that he was going to be that motivated for that game?
Practice in your room.
Practice in his room. That was pretty good.
It's easy to at least seem really motivated when the people blocking you aren't very good. He totally dominated this line in the way that he was supposed to.
Show us exactly.
I want to run over here.
What makes him so special, Ryan?
Listen.
And then if you want to do the flag plant, you can do that too.
Listen, there was absolutely a reason why Nick Bosa was taken where he was by general manager John Lynch. Here we're going to see a tackle in stunt where D Ford is going to come up the field and get inside, and Nick Bosa is going to come out here. Now, normally you would want Nick Bosa to end up being the guy that gets the contain, but he's going to be blocked by this tackle, and Baker Mayfield is going to feel like he can escape out here. So if you let the play run, we'll watch as they come up the field. Nick Bosa is on the ground. Baker Mayfield thinks that he can escape, but my man is in the weight room. He does his push-ups. He does his bench press, so he's able to climb over with his hands. Now, right here, you're going to see there's a spy on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is being spied, and we're going to have 2 rushers. Nick Bosa to the outside here, and D4 is going to come up the field. As we let it play, and you see Baker Mayfield is going to have an opportunity to escape, but since D4 comes underneath, Baker Mayfield has to get out here where he usually goes when he gets to the right. And Nick Bosa is going to show the speed, show the acceleration, and show the finish. And when you make big plays like this against Baker Mayfield, who once planted a flag on your field, this is what you do. You imitate it, and you get the flag right here, and guess what number it is? It's a number 6 on that flag, because when you plant it, you want to make sure you plant it and know who who it's for. Now, it was a little bit stiffer than Baker Mayfield's field plant, and that's for one reason. This dude stays in the gym, and when you stay in the gym, you better get somebody else other than Greg Robinson to block him because he could not be contained.
Well done, Ryan. All right,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Are you coming back? Okay, you're coming back. We have chaos. Chaos is ensuing.
Where is everybody?
Which, by the way, is exactly what Kyle Shanahan seemed to have: organized chaos and really some creative play calling last night that I would say was the hallmark of this game in a lot of ways, at least for the San Francisco team. So let's take a look at some of what we saw. This is the first drive, a huge 83-yard run from Matt Breida, the top speed of almost, well, I'm rounding up, okay, 23 miles an hour. It was a little over 22.
We played the Baltimore Ravens one year, and this was the way that Ray Rice started the game. And sometimes when it starts like that, you just can't get it going the right way.
You want to protect your quarterback? You want to make up for an offensive line that may have some issues? Run that football, Dan.
Yeah, and that guy didn't get another carry for like the next 11 or 12 plays. Kyle had done some doodling in the 2 weeks in between their games. He was drawing some stuff
He
up.
had 2 weeks, and he's known as one of the better play callers in the league, if not at the top of the list. And we saw that. That was Jimmy G fake, a rushing touchdown for Tevin Coleman. And then how about George Kittle? I heard a comparison in some ways, sort of Gronkowski light, and he's becoming in a lot of ways what Gronk did to the Patriots.
I think he's different. I think he's more explosive, a little bit faster than Rob was. And you can see the way that Kyle Shanahan is using him is unique. He actually had a jet sweep last night from the wing position. That type of athleticism is very rare for a tight end.
Well, and we got to see what really everybody's talking about today, some of that creative play calling from Kyle Shanahan. Coach, everybody's going everywhere today. And there you are.
I snuck over here a little early.
Okay, that's all right. Listen, we're prepared. It's better to be prepared. All right, walk us through what you saw last night from this offense.
Well, I want you to watch this particular guy right here. All right, this fullback right here. He's going to lead the action. Kyle Shanahan does a great job. This is an old play. You're going to watch this fullback. He's going to come over in motion. Play right at him, up inside, creating the movement. All right, doing a great job. Kyle Shanahan last night was incredible in creating the matchups up front that he wanted, and they did a great job running the football all night.
And, Coach, it started, they set the tone so early. I mean, right from the get-go with that first play. And as a result, at the end of the night, the 49ers, the NFC's last remaining unbeaten team, they will be on the road 3 of the next 4 weeks and still have both games to play against the Rams and the Seahawks. That closing 6-game stretch from Week 12 will go a long way, I think, to say about San Francisco's season. Our Week 6 Monday night game, a big NFC